Okay, so I'm just gonna make a video for you for polynomial long division because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to help you in call. So I'm just gonna construct a little video. So polynomial long division. So okay, for example, let's just go 1a. Quotient and remainder. I'll just quickly tell you what that is. So for example, you want to set up a polynomial long division like this. So you have your denominator like on that left side, and then you write your polynomial in your thing here. Okay. And then whatever you get here, this is called your quotient. Quotient. My writing's a bit messy. And then once you do all your long division, you might be left with the remainder of some amount. This last value will be your remainder. Okay. So that's just that. Okay, so I'll work through this one with you. 2a. Sorry, 1a, 1a. So with polynomial long division, you might be confused because there are two terms, like this is an x and a 4, you can see. Um, but you really just focus on the first term. So let's start. Okay, so x and x squared. What do you have to times x with? So let's say, what do you have to times x with to get x squared? Well, you'd have to times x by itself to get x squared, right? So I'll put an x here, an x up here, because an x times x gives you x squared. So you put that down there, so x times x, x squared. So I like to put a minus and a bracket right here. And then go x squared. Right? Now, I move to my second term and multiply it by what I have in the top. So I would do this time 4 times x. Positive 4. Make sure you're looking at the sign because that's also very important. So that's just 4x. So I do that here, 4x. And then so now I close my brackets. Oh, sorry, x 4x. Now I factor in this negative and do basic subtraction. So it actually becomes negative x squared minus 4x. And now I do basic subtraction. So x squared minus x squared, that cancels out. And 5x minus 4x is just x. Okay. Now I just bring this term down. So I have x plus 6. Now, what do you need to times x by to get x? That's just 1, right? So x plus 1. Okay. Now I do my little negative in the bracket. And then I do, okay, what's x times 1? That's just x. Now it's 4 times 1. Like, basically all you do is you just put this here, and then, but use a highlighter. And then this times this in the next one. And you include the signs. Just think about the signs. So 4 times 1 is just 4 plus positive 4. Factor in that negative in the bracket, so you get negative x minus 4, and then you just minus this from that, okay? So you get, okay, x minus x is just like 0, and 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay, so we've got this is all we can do, because we don't have an x left. We don't have like an x anymore, we just have a remainder. So the question asked to find the quotient in the remainder. So I don't know if you will be doing this, but this is what we've been learning. So a quotient, you just say, okay, quotient is x plus 1. Remainder is 2. And that's full marks for the question. Okay. We can go through another one with, okay, this one has a minus sign. So this could be good. Let's do B. So we have you remember how you want to set it up. So we have the denominator here. Then we do 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. All right, let's begin. So, all right, what do you have to times x by to get 2x squared? Just think, x times what equals 2x squared? You could obviously use algebra to find this out, but if this doesn't occur to you instantly, then this should occur to you instantly, but 2x times x should give you 2x squared, okay? So that number was 2x, okay? Oh, what am I doing? All right, so at the top, I would just put 2x. All right, and now I do my little multiplication. So I put my funky bracket, negative in the bracket, and then, okay, what's x times 2x? Okay, that's 2x squared. All right, and then now I just do negative 2 times 2x, and that's 4x minus 4x. Now I factor in this negative, okay, and I get minus 2x squared plus 4x. Now I just do this top one. I do this top one minus this bottom one. 2x squared minus 2x squared, that just cancels out. Negative 3x plus positive 4x, that just gives you x. Okay, we bring this one down, so we have x plus 1. Same thing. How many times does, what times x equals x? That's just 1, positive 1. So I go plus 1, and then I just check, okay, I do my little negative bracket, and then we do, okay, an x here, because x times 1 is x, okay? Now, negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. All right, I factor in my negative, so I get negative x plus 2. X minus x cancels out, and 1 plus 2 gets you 3. So, quotient is 2x plus 1. I'll just write q for short. 2x plus 1. And remainder, that's just 3. Okay, so that's just those two. Now, I'll try and show you working out for a polynomial with a greater degree than 2. Degree just means the highest power in the equation, and we've only been doing quadratics which have a degree of 2. So we can just check which ones. Okay, so D has a degree of 3. So we can try that one. It's just the same step, but I'll do it. All right, D. So we want to set it up like this: x plus 2, x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 11. All right, so I'll do this a bit quicker. If you don't understand, just message me later. I can try to do a session with you. I just wanted to, because, whatever. Okay, how many times, okay, or what times x equals x cubed? That's just x squared. X squared times x is x cubed. Okay, then I write my negative and then brackets, and then, okay, x times x squared, that's x cubed. Now, 2 times x squared is just positive 2x squared. All right, I factor in my negative. I get minus x cubed minus 2x squared. Now I just minus that from the top. And that one is x cubed minus x cubed just cancels out. And 3x squared minus 2x squared is just x squared. Okay, bring this term down. I get x squared plus 5x. Okay. Now it's just basically as if the degree was 2. Now it's just that easy, okay? How many times does x go into x squared? That's or what times x equals x squared? That's just x. And it's positive, so it's plus 1 or plus x, sorry. And then I do my negative. X times x is just x squared. 2 times x is just positive 2x. Factor in my negative, I get minus x squared minus 2x. Now I do my subtraction. x squared minus x squared is cancel out, and 5x minus 2x is just 3x. Right? Now bring this term down, positive 11. Same thing. What times x equals 3x? That's just 3. Okay, so I put a 3 there. Now I do my minus. 3 times x equals 3x. Now 2 times 3 equals positive 6. Right, I factor in my negative, so I get minus 3x minus 6. And I do these two. And I just like subtract those two. So 3x minus 3x is just cancels out, and then 11 minus 6 is just 5. Yeah. So our quotient is x squared plus x plus 3. And we have a remainder of 5. Okay. So that's just quotient and remainder.